My name is Mazen Faraj. I'm from the Haitian refugee camp in Bethlehem, Palestine. I grew up and still live in the same place until now. Um, One day in 2002, in April 2002, we received a phone call from the hospital in Beit Jala in Bethlehem, and they just said body, my father or the body of my father is in the hospital, and if we can go and to see what's happened to him or to see him for the last time. But actually, we went to the Israeli army in that night, and we've been under the curfew, and we just asked them to go to the hospital, and they just said it's not allowed. You have to wait until the morning. And I can't imagine there is anyone around the world can wait all this long night and long hours to see what's happened to his father or what's happened to him. And when we just listened to what they said, that my father was coming back from Jerusalem to Bethlehem, and they just shoot him and kill him without any reason. He was 62 years old, and he spent all his life as a refugee because he's expelled from his original village in 1948 when he was 6 years old. After a few days after what's happened, all the people around you, your friends, your neighbors, your family, and suddenly you are alone, suddenly you are thinking about what's happened, feeling emotions, fears, anger, suffering, pain, everything's, and there start to be a new conflict inside yourself, what you can do and where you can put your fears, your anger, and where you can put all this huge amount of emotional things, how to express yourself, how to continue to live. Most of the people, they think about revenge. Most of the people, they're thinking about to kill back what's happened to your father and what's happened to you, to go and to find any Israelis and to kill him. But I never think about revenge, because our case as a Palestinian, it's about justice. Our case as a Palestinians, it's about rights, freedom. It's not about violence. It's not about killing. In 2005, one from my friend, he just invited me for a meeting with a Brief Families Forum, Palestinian and Israelis. The parent circle, they sitting together, they meeting, and I was really against to go to the meeting, because all my life as a Palestinian, I know the Israelis as a settlers, as a soldiers, as a people, they treat us so hard in Israel jail and Israel prison. And then I decided to go, and I met the Rami Hanan. He was talking about his suffering and his pain. And then he started to talk about his daughter and what's happened to him. And he lost his daughter in 1997. And then and in that time, it's happened like, I start to understand the pain of the other side, which is my enemy, as we call it, the Israelis. And since that time until now, more than 8 years, I become a very active member in the parent circle, the Brief Families Forum, which is giving me the space where I can put my fears, my anger, and which is giving me the space to spread my message and my voice, and to spread the story of my father and the story of the Palestinian nation, a real process of reconciliation with the other side, process of knowing, process of understanding, process of to understand the fear and the anger and the history and the narrative of the other side. And doesn't mean that we have to forget and forgive, because no one can forget and no one can forgive, but we can find the space and the way how we can do it together and find the solution from the ground to the up.